My chest is really revealing today.
Oh, I completely missed the whole.
So we're going to have one of each, and then we're going to eat it together. But I'm not going to feed you.
Please do.
Why is he speaking Vietnamese?
Thác lá nếp. So rice cornmeal.
Sơ bắp hack. It's hack. It's T-H-A-C-H. Hack.
My Vietnamese is getting better and better every single food venue we get to.
Jimmy, it's mochi ball. Matcha is the green tea that we drink. Mochi and matcha. Two different things. What's up, everybody? Calvin Bui of fucking Deliciousness. I'm with my bestie and your bestie,
James Karma.
Why are you so tall today?
I brought a stepping stool.
You're standing on a step. You're standing on two steps right now. That's the difference between him and I. Like, what are you, 5'7"?
5'7".
I'm 6'1".
It's a fabulous 6 inches longer and taller than I am.
On today's episode, I wanted to find a restaurant that serves traditional Vietnamese food.
From Hue, I believe.
That's right. These are Hue cakes. There's no better way of saying this other than Hue cakes.
Hue cakes?
Cakes from Hue, yes. But not the sweet cakes we think about like cheesecake or apple pie. But we're talking about savory cakes. Cakes that are called
bánh.
So this restaurant's been around since 1946.
And they've moved to a new location. So we're here to check out their new location and try out their awesome buns.
Cakes. All right, so let's go inside. The restaurant is not that big. It's basically somebody's house, which I love.
So here in Vietnam, we have something called shop homes. Generally, in the main floor is their shop or their business, and they live upstairs. The family, the mother, the grandmother, the whole 3-4 generations of family live all upstairs, and their main business and operation to run, pay rent, pay the mortgage is on the first floor.
Very good. All right, so let's go inside and just turn the camera around, and we're already here. And this restaurant specializes in all things bánh. So this is the restaurant. There's not many seats. And there's this beautiful woman here who's so sweet and kind. All right, so this is a steamer, and this is how they make the bánh. What she has inside the squirt bottle is a mixture of rice flour, water, and a little bit of oil. And that's it. You squirt the liquid into the ramekin, and then you let it steam. I wonder if she ever miss. Still squirting the liquid into the ramekins. So then these Hue cakes get steamed for 7 minutes inside the steamer. And that's it. 7 minutes are up. And she's going to open up the lid. I'm going to get a quick facial. And look at these beautiful buns from Hue. She's going to put them on a plate. You cannot get fresher than that. This is a special tea that's been originated in Hue, which is in the central region. It's about, like 3 hours from Da Nang by motorbike. And let's look at the menu. So this is their menu, and they have very few ingredients. Actually, there's only 6 things to order. Start off with the bánh bèo nhân ướt. Bánh bèo is a rice flour cake that's steamed, and they put a sauce on top. Still the same bánh bèo, which is the steamed rice flour cakes, but this time they top it off with some dried shrimp. This is the bánh ít ram, and those are the circular chewy balls. Bánh bò lọc. Bánh bò lọc are tapioca cakes that have been stuffed with pork and shrimp. Next, the bánh giò, the triangle. So the bánh giò is a steamed rice flour cake that's stuffed with pork and mushroom. And last one, bánh nậm. So the best way I can describe bánh nậm is a Vietnamese tamale. You'll find out later on. We're going to eat everything?
One of everything.
Okay. All right, James. What else is on the menu?
We also have nem, which is a cured sausage. Then we have sữa đào năn, not sữa đào hành. Is it different?
Because
we're in the central?
Because sữa đào năn is soybean milk, and sữa đào hành is soybean onion. Han and nhan are two different things.
So I've been calling it sữa đào hành the whole time, and I've been getting soya milk. And then sữa bắp thác lá nếp, so rice corn milk.
Sữa bắp thác. It's thác. It's T-H-A-C-H. Thác.
My Vietnamese is getting better and better every single food venue we get to.
I'm going to make this really easy for you.
Is that correct?
That's right.
The other stuff, I don't know.
So all you got to do now is yell out some food orders, and then she'll make it. So we're going to have one of each, and then we're going to eat it together. But I'm not going to feed you.
Please do.
First thing I'm going to order is một phần bánh bèo nhân ướt. All right, so these are the steamed rice cakes. These are bánh bèo, and they're in a ramekin. Okay, she's going to turn the ramekin upside down. She's going to turn her sauce on. Yes. You don't see this in the West that often. And then she's going to flip it around. And then, she'll start by putting some fried shallots in, some croutons, some peanuts, and then put them right in the middle. And as this sauce is getting warm and viscous, okay, she's going to spoon it over each and every one of these bánh bèos. I haven't seen this in the Western world yet. I've only seen this here in Vietnam. And it's good to go.
Oh, sit down.
Okay, the first dish is out. The bánh bèo nhân ướt is out. Let me show you guys this dish. Wow, my chest is really revealing today. All right, so this is the bánh bèo nhân ướt. And you can see that they're in these little ramekins. And this is the thickness of the cake. Over here, you have a mixture of croutons, fried bread, fried shallots, and roasted peanuts. And then this is their beautiful fish sauce.
So how you eat this? I'm sure everyone has a slight difference in the way you do it. So I usually wrap around the bottom to kind of release that rice cake. I'll pick a little bit of my mixture of nuts, fried bread, and shallots. I'm going to try it without the fish sauce first, as this sauce is kind of unique to Central Vietnam. In the South, I haven't seen it with this kind of yellow, orangey, gravy. So I want to savor and then try this raw. Oh, I completely missed the rest of the cake. So these are double bite size. Usually they're single bites where you just scoop it and it comes into one. This is also a food game for students here where they will see how many they can eat in one sitting. They're usually sold street side as well, where each one is a point. And you'll see students sometimes sit there and try to build towers of 20, 30 of them. Great. Really cool. Very unique with the sauce.
All right, that was amazing. The next dish we're going to be having is bánh bèo. All right, so our next dish is going to be the traditional bánh bèo. And so what you see here, that the bánh bèo or the ramekins are smaller and you get more of them, maybe the same amount. And so what she does is she then starts off with some beautiful scallion oil, and she'll give each ramekin a little dose of the scallion oil. Then this is dried shrimp that's been reconstituted and then pounded out like his butthole. And every ramekin gets a little bit of it. After that, she'll add in some fried shallots, croutons, and then good to go. All right, so let me show you guys bánh bèo nhân khô. So as you can see, these ramekins are smaller. They have the fresh shrimp that's been pounded out, not dried shrimp, like I was corrected. And they do have the fried bread and fried shallots. Still eating it with this fish sauce. Yeah. So these ramekins are much smaller. And what's inside is, of course, much thinner. So how I eat this is I like to dislodge the cake clockwise and I turn the ramekin. I don't turn the spoon. There you go. So now that's released. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to put some fish sauce right on top. Not too much because I have a sodium issue. I eat way too much salt. And then I'm going to top it off with some fried shallots and some fried bread. Little do you know, they fry the bread because it's yesterday's old bread. And so they reuse it as a crouton. This is the only dish you'll find in Vietnam where they reuse old bread as a crouton. Little known fact. All right, I'm going to pop this back into my mouth. Mmm. 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 That is delicious. The hue cake or the bun is perfectly thin. It almost like floats in your mouth. But the star of the show, it really is. Come on in here. It is that beautiful, fresh shrimp. Mmm. Delicious. All right, the next two dishes, we're going to go back to back. It is bánh ít ram and also bánh bò lọc. So these are the bánh bò lọc. She has them in a trusty oven. No, that's actually the cooler. She has it already pre-steamed. She's going to do all this amazing plating. She's going to just put 6 of them on a plate, and then she's going to say, fuck off. Here you go. Okay, next dish is going to be the bánh ít ram. So these are rice crackers that have been fried up. Then you have the bánh ít over here, which is the tapioca cake that's filled with pork and shrimp. She's going to put them on like almost like a Ritz cracker.
So a crispy rice cracker that they make in-house. They portion out the rice and then they fry it. On top is a gelatinous rice matcha ball, basically, is what I can best describe the flavor or the texture of what is the rice ball on top.
Jimmy, it's mochi ball. Matcha is the green tea that we drink. Mochi and matcha, 2 different things. Back to filming.
Why matcha? So the mochi ball, it's savory. We know it as more of a dessert. Here it's a savory version of it. And the contrast of crispy to savory, gelatinous. Gelatinous is not a really sexy word, is it? But I'll show you something sexy.
Mm-hmm. What's 2 plus 2?
Well, that's definitely a mouthful. So inside here, we have shrimp and pork. Almost has a flavor profile of sasu, which is the Chinese pork that they, I don't even know how to make sasu, but it has a lot of remnants of sasu.
Which are flavors of sweet and savory.
Sweet and savory with a texture of crispy bottom. Finish off. This is another 2 bite. Don't get confused that this is a 1 bite appetizer or treat. It is definitely a 2-biter.
The next dish we'll be eating is bánh bò lọc. These are something that I grew up with in Southern California. And as you open up this banana leaf, you will see this opaque dumpling that has caramel shrimp and a piece of pork belly right here. And there's no sexy way of eating this. I use my hands because my hands are clean. I think they are. Pop it out like that. One side pork, one side shrimp. Give her a dip. Again, this fish sauce is the candied fish sauce, garlic, chili, fish sauce, and some sugar. Give it a dip. Oh, yeah. Oh, I can't tell you how much I love these dumplings. The textures, the flavors. Back to the textures. It's so much fun to eat. That right there is delicious. Now, next to it, we are lucky enough to be in Vietnam where regulations for food safety are a little bit more lenient than there are in the Western world. Why do you say that? Well, this isn't going to be something that's bad for you. It's just like a salami. It's cured It is raw pork. Well, it was raw until they cured it. And in the Western world, something like this would be deadly. But here in Vietnam, this beautiful nam chua is delicious. Oh, good. Whew. And that is spicy. Wow, that is spicy. The Italians have salami, but in the Western world, in California especially, nam chua has been outlawed. I don't know if it's still outlawed now, but it used to be. Whew, that is spicy. Okay. Finally, you have the jia, which is the steamed pork loaf. This is pork made into a paste, and then they roll it into banana leaf, steamed pork loaf. I'm going to break it in half. I'm going to chew on it because it won't break it in half. This reminds me of growing up back in California. It's something that we would eat every Saturday morning. Delicious. So the final two dishes are going to be bánh giò and bánh nậm. All right, so this one is going to be back to the oven here, which is also known as the hot box. We're going to put the bánh giò. So then you have the bánh nậm over here, which I like to call the Vietnamese tamale. We'll put two of those on a plate and some fish sauce, and then you're good to go. So this is the bánh nậm. So in a portion, there's four of them. We asked for half portions here only because there's no way that after all that amazing food, we can eat these final two dishes. Come on in here. And the reason I call it a Vietnamese tamale is because they use a banana leaf. And here you have rice flour. Then you have a pork and mushroom mixture. And they put the cake on the bottom. They put the mixture on. They wrap it up and then they steam it off. So let's look at this fish sauce here. This is fish sauce that's chocked full of garlic and chili. And I want to take a spoonful, just about that. I want to put it right over the top. And I want to break this into probably 4 small bites. These end bites suck, but what's the best are these middle bites because it has everything. Put it in your mouth. Oh, that's good. I don't know what it's about bánh nậm that I love so much. Maybe it's the simplicity of it, but it's really good. The bánh in itself, the rice flour cake, doesn't have much flavor. The flavor comes from the pork, the mushroom, and of course this beautiful fish sauce. I'm going to double up this last bite here. Reminds me of my childhood.
Next up, we have bánh giò, the Vietnamese pyramid cake. This one is 2-dimensional. Usually, we see a 3-dimensional pyramid where there's another corner that comes out. This one is more of a flat version of it. Stop.
Jimmy, a 2-dimensional item would be like like a picture. 2D. 3D is something that is in real life, like something tangible. 3D doesn't mean that it has to have 3 sides, Jimmy. 3D, it's 3-dimensional. That's what 3D and 2D stands for. So that actually is a 3D cake, not a 2D cake.
Correct. We are living in a 3-dimensional world.
Aren't you learning astrophysics right now?
Yes, I'm studying physics right now. So what I mean is that this cake, like the pyramids, have 4 sides. This 4 bases.
Jimmy, a pyramid has 3 sides.
No.
It would be a square if it was 4.
It has 4.
Has 4 corners.
4 corners.
But 3 sides.
No, it has 4 sides.
No, I think it's 3. I think it's 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3. That's what makes it a pyramid. Because if it was 4 sides, it'd be a square, dude. You better ask ChatGPT this shit.
How many sides does a pyramid of Giza have? The standard pyramid Like those found in Egypt, it generally has 4 sides. Yeah, so I was right. I was fully right. Physics, man. I'm studying this stuff. 4-side pyramid, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's a 3-sided pyramid. So the cake, this pyramid cake is usually in this 3-sided pyramid shape. The pyramids in Egypt are a 4-sided pyramid. This cake is a 2-sided pyramid or triangle.
Not to get all geometric on us, but wouldn't be a triangle be 3? A triangle?
Yes, that is correct. Triangle has 3 corners, but the pyramid of Giza has a base that is a square with 4 sides, and when you look at it straight on, it looks like a triangle, but it does have 4 sides.
Let's get back to this cake.
Less math and geometry, more eating. So this cake is very similar to the banam, but
Bánh nằm.
banam, the nun cake. Very similar to the
what cake?
The num cake. The num.
Bánh nằm.
Bun nup.
No.
Yes. Very similar to the last one, the bun nam, but this is bun gao in a triangle shape.
Bánh giò.
Bun yaw, sorry. This is bun yaw. How do you eat this? So I'm used to a very different form of this cake where I would actually put it into a bowl, break it up, and soya sauce. So I'm going to do this very similar to how Calvin just did it. I'm going to put it down. I'm going to cut in halves, giving me 2 triangles.
Very good.
And then my fish sauce. So I'm not a spicy fan. So I kind of strained that out. And just give this as a big bite. Let's give this.
He goes, that's a big bite. He cuts a small corner off. I'm thinking he's going to eat that small corner. But then he eats the bigger piece out of that triangle. I'm not going crazy here. He cuts this small piece and he spent this big piece. And he goes, that's too big. And then he eats this big piece and he leaves a small piece behind. Tell me your theory behind that.
I just wanted to throw everyone off because we were talking all about these triangles. So this is the non-triangle piece now. I'm in the clear. Don't worry about what shape it is. It's going to be delicious. Yes, very different. The one that I'm most accustomed to, there is mushrooms, ground pork or beef, and a quail egg or an egg inside it. This has no egg. I believe there are carrots in there, a little bit of mushroom. What else is that? What's the yellow stuff?
Bro, that's shrimp and pork. There's no carrots in this.
That's shrimp? That's shrimp? So the orange stuff is shrimp? Like mince, very young baby shrimps have been pounded out, and the shrimp would have taken on the color of the spices, I'm assuming.
Jimmy, what's the difference between a young shrimp and an old shrimp? They're both shrimp.
Baby shrimps or younger shrimps are about this big. Jumbo shrimp, which is an oxymoron, or an older shrimp when they grow, it's only about this big. So it's the shrimp size that determines, for me, this is the age of the shrimp, determines the size of the shrimp.
All right, now that I am completely full, all we gotta do now is ask for the bill. Yell at the words, 叮叮耶, and somebody will come by with a bill. What an amazing meal. And for only
200,000,
which equates to be
$7.73 USD.
for $7.73 in USD. I think that's a great meal. For 2 people, I wouldn't call it a filling meal, but I call it a really nice afternoon snack.
We didn't even finish it, so I don't know what he's talking about.
Out of all the buns, which one was your favorite?
I like the bun bell with the gravy sauce the most.
Good. And for me, I think my favorite was the bánh bột lọc, the tapioca dumpling with pork and shrimp.
I also really enjoyed the bun it ram, or
You just like saying bánh ít ram. But again, these traditional hui cakes are something fun to eat, I think, and it's keeping tradition alive.
It's definitely keeping tradition alive, culture, and flavors.
Like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below, comment if you ever had hui cakes.
What other bun is there? Bun bao. Bun bao. Bun.
We didn't eat ben bao, dude.
How many buns are there? If you know all the buns in Vietnam, write them in the comments.
And don't ChatGPT it, because that's fucking cheating. Speaking of cheating, I know how you guys can help us content creators travel the world and make amazing food videos. How do you do so? Well, let me tell you. You can pledge $1, $2, $5, $10. How much is lunch?
Lunch was $7.75 US.
If you would pledge $10 right now, you could have bought us lunch. You can pledge $20, $50, or even $100. I'll leave my QR code right on the screen right about now, and consider pledging. Because it's pledges like yours that allow us to make amazing and fun-loving videos like this one.
This one, subscribe, wait for the second one, go back and catch all our previous food adventures.
English is his first and third language, as you can see. That sentence didn't even make sense, dude.
Yeah, I apologize. It's embarrassing sometimes that I can barely speak Vietnamese. My English is fabulous, but also all over the place. I do not teach English here in Vietnam.
And thank God for that. With that being said, my name is Calvin Bui, aka Captain Charisma. I'm with my boy,
James Karma.
And James, how do they find you on Instagram?
I am .JamesKarma.
We'll see you next time on Fucking Deliciousness.
See ya.
Look and see how thin that skin is. And on the underside, all that fat has been rendered off. That, my God, is a perfect piece of chicken skin. That has to be one of the best fried chicken here in Da Nang. What's up, everybody? Calvin Bui of Fucking Delicious, and today we're in Da Nang, Vietnam. Now, behind me is a restaurant that specializes in fried chicken. Yes, you heard me right. Fried chicken here in Vietnam. Now, I have not had anything fried. I have not had any rice for the past 3 weeks, and I am craving a plate of juicy fried chicken and fragrant fried rice. So let's go inside and let's see what this restaurant's all about. This is Cơm Gà Á Hải, and it's located at 100 Thái Phiên here in Da Nang. Let's go find a place to sit. This looks good. I love how this restaurant is somebody's house. And they serve everything on the sidewalk here. And then let's do some ordering. The menu's on the wall so you know it's authentic. This restaurant specializes in all things chicken and rice. Oh, there's a menu right here also. As you sit down, they put pickled kimchi and their secret sauce right on the table. Luckily, she's the owner, and she's going to show us around the kitchen. So this is the kitchen. And as you can see, these are some of the biggest thighs I have ever seen. Now you have the breast and wing. You have thighs. But look at that color. Look at that beautiful mahogany color. This is their setup. How many chickens per day do they cook? Watch her chopping abilities. She chops up a chicken in literally seconds. Wow, look at her go. Oh, more chicken. So watch her chop, slice off the thighs. The thighs come off. Look at that. Look how fast she is. Chops it right down the middle. And then wing comes off. Oh, she doesn't get the wing off. She just slices the wing so that head comes off. Down the thighs. Thigh comes off. Chops it in half. Again, that thigh meat looks so juicy. Right down the middle. Wing. Wing. And then that's it. Then it goes right into the fryer here. Got this beautiful fried chicken. That is so juicy and so delicious. Again, she'll put the chicken down. That is the wing and breast. God, that looks so good. All right, all you gotta do now is sit down and do some ordering. Lấy cơm gà quay nha. Now that was quick. Look at this beautiful chicken. This is their fried chicken. Now the size of this chicken is gigantic. You have this beautiful, fragrant red rice on the bottom. And with every Vietnamese meal, you always have a side of cucumber, tomato, and a little bit of salad. Look at that beautiful color on this thing. My God. It is served with a side soup. This looks like cabbage and green onion. All right, let's see what the sauces look like on the table. So on the table, you have soy sauce, toothpicks, which you can't eat. You have Vietnam's favorite chili sauce, forks, spoons, and my favorite. This is the napkins we find in the central region of Vietnam. These are not your paper napkins that you find in America. These are more like oil blot pads, but you'll find them in most central restaurants here in Vietnam. There's even some pickled chili for all you hotheads out there. So all you gotta do now is dig into this beautiful chicken and rice. So on the table, we have this beautiful pickled cabbage. You got the pickled chilies. You have the secret sauce. And then you have their soup. Grab a fork. Just let me show you how big that piece of chicken is. All right, I'm gonna start off by dousing my rice with the pickled chili. Let's add in a little bit of chili sauce on the side here. Let's dig in. Now, what I want to do first is I want to break that chicken into two pieces. Oh, that's hot. That skin has been perfectly rendered. The fat underneath the skin is no longer there. The skin is super crispy. The meat, super juicy. All I gotta do now is have a bite. Oh, with most fried chickens, the salt doesn't permeate the meat enough. Here, the salt has absorbed into the meat, causing a super juicy and super succulent piece of chicken. Look at that beautiful exterior. That skin is shattering thin, and that chicken is so juicy. Give her a dip into the secret sauce. So good. That sauce has a sweetness and a hint of ginger that really cuts through the fatness and richness of the chicken. All I can do now is make that ultimate bite. Grab some chicken. Oh God, before I get into the ultimate bite, look and see how thin that skin is. And on the underside, all that fat has been rendered off. That, my God, is a perfect piece of chicken skin. Grab some rice, put the chicken skin on top, get some chilies, get a piece of chicken. Oh my God, this is gonna be so good. Do I go chicken first or do I go rice first? Let's go chicken first. A chicken is so juicy and so flavorful. Next, that chicken skin rice. Oh my God. Those chilies are so spicy, but that rice is so fragrant, so rich, so flavorful. Try some of their Vietnamese pickled cabbage. Nice crunch, great freshness. Finish off with a little bit of their soup. Oh, cabbage soup with green onion, cilantro, and a bit of ginger really cleanses the palate. We're getting a piece of chicken here. I annihilated this chicken quarter. Piece of chicken. Oh, you know what I haven't done? Put the sauce right on top here. Big scoop of rice. Big scoop of rice. A little bit of that Vietnamese pickled cabbage. Finish off with a hit of the soup. That has to be one of the best fried chicken here in Da Nang. I love nibbling right here towards the joint. This restaurant does on average 1,000 orders of chicken a day. This kind of restaurant has been in the family for generations. Everything works like a well-oiled machine. And I bet generations have come here, from the grandfathers to the fathers to the sons, and even one day to the great-grandchildren. It's restaurants like this that really make Vietnam a charming place. Menus on the wall, people pulling up on the sidewalk on their scooters. In a restaurant that opens rain or shine. This kind of restaurant that isn't pretentious and welcomes everyone. Last piece of skin, absolutely delicious. And just like that, I demolished this entire meal. How much did it cost me? Well, you're about to find out as soon as I pick my teeth. He's 7 years old. Look at this guy. This kid probably eats so much chicken and rice every day. All right, like every restaurant in Vietnam, you somehow yell out the words, "Em ơi, tính tiền nha." And then somebody comes by and charges you some money. I got all my cash right here. Where is she? She just walked by and then she walked away. Đây bao nhiêu? 60, huh?
Dạ.
Okay. Rồi 60 nha. Come on. All right, let's go outside and see how much 60,000 VND equates into USD. How much does 60,000 equate into USD? Hold on. I have an app for that. Did you know on the calculator that you can push this button on the left-hand side, you can hit convert, and this will automatically convert VND to USD or any currency there is. All right, the total for today's lunch was 60,000 VND. Now, 60,000 VND equates to be, thank God for a trusty calculator here, $2.34. That is a steal for all that you get. Not only do you get rice, a side salad, a quarter chicken that was gigantic, you also get the soup and the Vietnamese pickled cabbage. I wouldn't call it kimchi, but it's a nice, refreshing bite in between rich, juicy chicken. When you're in Da Nang, check out Gum Ga Á Hải. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below, comment if you've ever been to Da Nang, if you ever had Gum Ga Huay, if you ever had that juicy Vietnamese fried chicken, and if so, what did you think about it? There is one way that you can support content creators like myself, and that is pledging to the channel. You can pledge $1, $2, $5. Hell, you can have bought me lunch for under $5, $10, $20, $50, or even $100. I will leave my QR code right on the screen right about now, and consider pledging, because it's pledges like yours allow me, a content creator, to travel the world and make these amazing videos. With that being said, my name is Calvin Bui, aka Captain Charisma. I will see you next time on Fucking Deliciousness. Peace! And then there's this, hoisin sauce and chili sauce. This is how you bastardize pho. Then I'm gonna make a little happy face. And I'm trying to film a show here. Can you please stop honking? I don't like the taste. It tastes like dirt. And this is how pho noodles should look like. Thicker, fresh, and delicious. What's up, everybody? Calvin Bui of Fucking Deliciousness, and today we're in Da Nang, Vietnam. Now, behind me is a restaurant that specializes in the most controversial dish here in Vietnam, pho. Now, why is it controversial? Because it's how do you eat it? And what style is it? There's a northern style pho, there's a southern style pho, but here in the central region, is this going to be a Da Nang style pho? So let's go inside and let's see what Pho Bác Hải is all about. She's so cute. She's trying to sell me sunglasses, but it's cloudy right now. This is Pho Bác Hải, and they've been in existence for 26 years. So let's go inside, let's find a place to sit at, and let's order some food. All right, so Thực Đơn means menu. So let's look at the menu here and see what they have. All right, so this is their menu, and as you can see, they have a selection of Vietnamese food. They have phở bò đặc biệt. Now, what phở bò đặc biệt is a beef noodle soup that has everything. It has all the fixings. Then they have phở gà đặc biệt. Now, phở gà and phở bò differentiate because bò means beef and gà means chicken. So that is a bowl of chicken pho that has everything in there. More Vietnamese lessons with Calvin. Bún chả Hà Nội Buncha Hanoi is marinated pork, rice noodles, and a bevy of greens, herbs, lettuce, etc. And it's served in a savory fish sauce. The next item on the menu is Gum Jin Haisan. Gum Jin Haisan is basically your seafood fried rice. Next on the menu is Mi Sao Haisan. What Mi Sao Haisan is egg noodles stir-fried with seafood. And finally, Pho Sao Haisan. Pho Sao is a northern dish usually found in Hanoi. And what they do is they take the pho noodles and they stir-fry it up with seafood. And then there's a number of other side dishes here that you can choose from. All right, if this is your first time here in Da Nang and you don't know what to order, I always go with this. I always go for the first thing on the menu. It's usually their specialty. And I'm trying to film a show here. Can you please stop honking? All right, so what I'm going to do now is call somebody over here and order some food. Một bát phở bò đặc biệt. Okay. This guy, look at his arms. Look at his arms. They're bigger than my arms. Okay, so this is the handsome pho maker here. We're going to start off by grabbing some rice noodles and then giving it a swirl in the hot water to blanch it. Then he's going to take a bowl and add in some rice noodles. Next, he's going to take some beautiful brisket and lay it in there. That is what we call nam. Then you have some beautiful sliced beef. Put that in there. Some meatballs. Again, that means everything. Their specialty. Then he's going to... Wow, look at that broth. Clear broth. That's how pho should be. This is how you know this is going to be good pho. That is real beef bones.
Okay.
So as you can see, this is northern style pho. Again, you have the sliced beef. You have the brisket over here. You have the meatballs. And you have this beautiful rice noodle. And this is how pho noodles should look like. Thicker, fresh, and delicious. On the table here, you have some steamed bean sprouts. You also have a selection of herbs, including Vietnamese basil, and that's all they have. You have some lime and some chilies. And then over here, you have a selection of sauces. You have chili sauce from the north. You can see how loose that is. You have this chili sauce that is commercialized and, well, not for me. You have pickled garlic. You have hoisin sauce. Then you have this chili sauce that is thick and viscous. All right, people always ask me, how do you eat your pho? Now, I eat it very traditional. And I say traditional, I mean the northern way. What I do is I take the liquid, the pickling liquid from the garlic. There's vinegar in there, a little bit of sugar, a little bit of water to dilute. And I'm going to use that as the acidic component of my pho. Now, a lot of people are going to put limes in their pho. They're going to put hoisin in their pho. They're going to put chili sauce in their pho. But not for me. I really like my pho to speak of all the hard work it's taken to make this beautiful broth. Next, bean sprouts. Not for me. It's just not for me. I don't like bean sprouts. I don't like the way they grow it. I don't like the taste. It tastes like dirt. So I'm not going to put any bean sprouts in there. Herbs. A lot of people then put herbs into their pho. When you put these beautiful fresh herbs into any hot liquid, what happens is the herb on the edges will start to get brown and it'll start to taste horrible. Who wants boiled herbs? Nobody does. And then there's this, hoisin sauce and chili sauce. This is how you bastardize pho. I will never put any of that into my broth. So what do I put in there? Again, just that pickling liquid of the garlic. I need to grab a spoon. And then there's some pepper on here. Ooh, there's pepper here. I'm gonna put some pepper onto my pho. And I know, it's so simple. That's how I like to eat pho. So I have a big spoonful here of the broth. Oh, that definitely is a northern style pho. Beefy in flavor, super clear broth, not overly sweet, not overly spiced. You taste those beef bones that I showed you earlier. That is good. Now, how do I eat pho? Well, I like to pick up the noodle, grab a little bit of the beef, just like that. Get my broth ready. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. That is what my soul needs right now. Now, when it comes to the herbs, I like to eat the herbs on the side. I know it sounds crazy, but I like to cleanse the palate a bit. That basil brings a nice herbaceousness to the meal. Then right back in with another big mound of noodles, some meat. Oh, that's good. That is good. And again, when you look at that beautiful broth, it's clear, translucent, but yet full of flavor. If you're eating a bowl of pho and it's dark, it's murky, I'm going to tell you right now, they've taken so many shortcuts to produce that broth. A broth like this needs to be natural. It just needs to be a nice melodic wave. Nothing overbearing, nothing that's going to overpower the other ingredients. It needs to be like this bowl right here. For those of you who love to mix that hoisin and chili sauce into your pho and make that broth into a purplish hue, I'm going to show you a quick tip on how to incorporate those flavors, yet keeping the bowl almost pristine. All right, so since I don't use the steamed bean sprouts, I'm going to do this. I'm going to put some hoisin sauce into the bowl. Then I'm going to make a little happy face. And then that becomes my dipping sauce. Now, do I use this sauce a lot? It really depends on what I'm feeling like. There are some days I want to be a purist, and there are some days I want to be a little bit more, I don't know, on the edge. So what I do is I take some of the meat, and then what I do is take some of the meat, and then I dip it into the sauce. Now I leave it on the side. And what I do is I take the noodles, and I take the meat that's been dipped into the sauce. I take a beautiful spoonful of the broth. Oh, that's good. And then I chase it with some herbs. And I know to some, that's a lot of movements here. And then why don't you just put the sauce into the broth? It's the same thing, right? No. The broth is still, again, pristine. It still has the same exact flavors as the chef intended them to have. So one more time, take the meat, give it a dip over here in the hoisin sauce, grab a bunch of noodles, the meat has the sauce on it. The broth, again, still pristine. And then the basil, still fresh, still herbaceous, and still fucking delicious. Now, if you don't want to dip your meat over into the sauce, dip the sauce over to your meat right on top. And that's how I eat pho here in Da Nang. All right, grab a toothpick, pick my teeth, and then yell out the words, "Good thing, yeah," and somebody will come by and charge me some money. 60 huh? Okay. Here's the cash in my hand. Let me give it to the owner. Thank you, yeah. And let's find out how much 60,000 VND equates into USD. What an amazing meal. And for 60,000 VND, I got myself an amazing breakfast. Now, how much 60,000 VND, you ask? Well, it equates to be $2.34. What an amazing deal, because a bowl like that in the Western world would run you easily $12 to $15. When you're in Da Nang and you want a hearty bowl of pho, check out Pho Ba Khai. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below, comment if A, you've ever had pho, B, if you ever had northern style pho, and 3, if you've ever been here to Pho Ba Khai. There's a way that you can help me as a content creator travel the world and make these amazing videos, and that is pledging to the channel. Now you can pledge $1, $2, $5. You can have bought me lunch for $5, $10, $20, $50, or even $100. I'll leave my QR code right on the screen right about now. And consider pledging, because it's pledges like yours that allow me to make these amazing videos. With that being said, my name is Calvin Bui, aka Captain Charisma. I'll see you next time on Fucking Deliciousness. Peace! And it's trips like this that really make me realize that, in my life, I was built to be an adventurer.
Calvin is draining himself.
I am peeing right now.
He's marking his territory as we travel along this stretch of road. The wild Calvin. Rare.
Oh, come on. What's up, everybody? Calvin Bui of Fucking Deliciousness, and today we're in Da Nang. Actually, we're in my neighborhood right now.
We're in we should
Tell them where I live, dude. The last thing I want people to know is where I live. Thank God for editing. This series, we're going to be taking you on a deep dive to
Mindang.
Mang Dan. What is Mang Dan?
Central Highlands outside of Planku and Tom Kam.
Con Tum. You're thinking about Tom Yum soup.
Close enough. It's Central Highlands of Vietnam, about 260 kilometers south of Da Nang. Indigenous ethnic people that I believe, because of the language similarities to Cambodian, Laos, it does have a little bit of a Thai influence to it.
Do you speak Thai, my friend?
Swatika.
Sawadika. All right, so we're going to be heading off to our first stop.
Where's our first stop?
You should figure it out because you're the one who's leading this trip.
Just outside of Hoi An, Tam Kee.
So we'll be having coffee there, taking a little break, and then, I don't know, talk a little bit more about this trip.
Yes, of course. Always.
Okay, why don't we show them our cool bikes?
Okay. So on this trip, we are riding a early 2000 AB or Airblade 125. This is Calvin's awesome ride. He is yet to have strapped up, but 125 cc's, fully automatic, large storage space. He will be strapping his stuff onto the side for his luggage.
You know my bike is 2022, right?
2022? It's a 2022. That's quite new.
It's very new.
It's very new. Okay.
Early 2000s would be the age of the girls I date.
And onto my bike, which is a late 2019 Airblade. As you can see, I'm already strapped up. I've got my waterproof bag, straps. My main maintenance stuff is in my compartment. Full face helmet. Are you gassed up?
I'm going to get gas right now.
Fully gassed, ready to go. And that's about it. That's what we're riding 260 kilometers up to the Central Highlands in.
just stopped off here in, where are we? South of Hoi An. South of Hoi An. And I see the most dangerous animal known to man. This is the bull. And it's very skinny. Oh, it just pooped. Oh. Literally, I scared the shit out of it. I don't think I should be too close to the bull. So let's just stand a little further back and ask the bull a few questions. Hey, bull, have you ever watched fucking Deliciousness? You know the answer. Continue on.
And alongside some birds, cows, we have the wild Calvin in his natural habitat. Here, Calvin is draining himself.
I am peeing right now.
He's marking his territory as we travel along this stretch of road. The wild Calvin. Rare.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, this goes out to the beach. This should go out to the beach and around the city.
Okay.
No bull.
All right, we stopped off at a small little coffee shop called Some Cafe. And Some means river. We're gonna go walk in real quick. This is just somebody's house. And what the fuck? What are they playing fucking Deliciousness for? Time to get caffeinated because rides like this, it's cool to stop off in these little villages and to see life on a more slower pace. And then to have this amazing salt coffee.
9:50, hour and a half. Yeah, so we just arrived at our first stop. We're about an hour and a half ride outside of Da Nang, just south of Da Nang. And we're at a little small beach town. 10 kilometers that way, I believe, would be Tam Kee. Less than 200 meters that way is the beach. Just a random coffee shop we found along the way. Rest our little butts, get some caffeine in us, some tea, and this is a cute little spot we just saw on the way here. So we figured let's stop and take a little break and enjoy ourselves.
So this is a salt coffee, and I got mine without ice. So what you see here is on the bottom, you see condensed milk. Then you have your Vietnamese coffee, and on top, it's a salted foam. And this is something that's very popular here in the central region. It's called Calvin Bui. We're all strapped in and ready to go. Next stop, a coffee shop called
Cafe Calvin.
Now, people are going to say there's no way there's a coffee shop called Cafe Calvin. But how did you even find it? Oh, thank God for editing. And as you can see, Cafe Calvin.
It was a random find. We're definitely going.
Let's fucking go.
this is absolutely beautiful. These back roads here on our way up to Mindang, Mindang, Mangdang, Mangdang.
Yeah, this is absolutely gorgeous out here. And, and it's trips like this that really make me realize that, in my life, I was built to be an adventurer, just somebody who is nomadic and is on the road, most of the year. So I'm very keen on turning this whole chapter of life on just being on the road and seeing what's out there. All right, so let's show you my coffee shop. Here's the problem with this coffee shop, Jimmy, is that says Calvin. I am Calvin.
It's missing an L, but we're all winners. That's why we removed the L here.
Because we're not losers. All right, let's go get some coffee and some hydrogenated soybean oil snacks and back on the road. All right, guys, stay tuned for next week's episode. We'll be doing part 2 of this ride and showing you an amazing coffee shop and tree house. So stay tuned. Thanks again for watching, guys. I will see you guys next week on another episode of Fucking Deliciousness. Later. On the last episode of Fucking Deliciousness, we were on our way from Da Nang on our way to Mangdang. So this is part 2. Enjoy, sit back, relax, and have a few laughs on it. And it's trips like this that really make me realize that, in my life, I was built to be an adventurer.
Calvin is draining himself.
I am peeing right now.
He's marking his territory as we travel along this stretch of road. The wild Calvin. Rare.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, this is absolutely beautiful. These back roads here on our way up to Mindang, Mindang, Mangdang, Mangdang.
Yeah, this is absolutely gorgeous out here. And, this is the side of Vietnam that I don't think many people have seen. They have only seen the big cities. I'm very keen on turning this whole chapter of life on just being on the road and seeing what's out there. All right, so let's show you my coffee shop. Here's the problem with this coffee shop, Jimmy, is that says Calvin. I am Calvin.
It's missing an L, but we're all winners. That's why we removed the L here.
Because we're not losers. Let's go get some coffee and some hydrogenated soybean oil snacks and back on the road. All right, so this is a coffee shop in some standards of life. There's some chairs, there's a table, and so therefore...
It's a coffee shop.
It's a coffee shop, that's right. Let's see what snacks they have here. Maybe they have some keto-friendly chips or something that doesn't have a bunch of chemicals in here. This is fun because this is a crab on a chip bag.
Hello. Anh lấy một cà phê sữa đá.
Yeah.
So this coffee shop that Calvin opened,
It's Calvin.
Calvin.
I wonder who Calvin is, actually.
That is a good question. Where did they come up with the name Calvin? So here, traditionally, there would be a sleeping station for truck drivers, people to stop by. They do like their siestas, their afternoon nap. Usually between 11:30 till 1:30, they'll stop, take a break. So rather than taking your nap, you can enjoy a little bit of billiards. We've also started renovating and adding a second rooftop or a lookout point where we will open up the roof a little bit here and get a much better view of the mountain.
Oh, there's a view of mountain. That's not a mountain.
It's behind us.
Oh.
This is the new add-on as well. And it is locked. Calvin's not welcomed at his home place. No idea. Oh, the hammocks are still here.
Yeah. Why don't you show us how to lay one?
Have we ever done the local way? Oh, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Rockabye Jimmy on the treetop.
But what a great view. Imagine sitting here for your break, looking out, and you got the mountain that we're going up to next. Just watching city life, farm life, countryside life drive by.
Hey, why don't we interview the owner of this coffee shop? Okay. Okay. Em tên gì?
Em tên Đinh Thị Minh Nhị.
Tên về quán cà phê rất là hay. Tên là Calvin.
Dạ.
Tên anh là Calvin. Anh hỏi em là cái tên Calvin từ đâu ra?
Calvin là tên con của em. Ý là bé hồi nãy là Đinh Thị Nhã Ca. Rồi thằng em nó là Đinh Hoàng Vinh. Cho nên em đặt tên là Calvin.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's how she got the name Calvin. When you are in this area, please stop by Coffee Shop Calvin and give her some business. That's good. That is supporting small businesses. So we're going to have some coffee right now and relax for a little bit. Thank you, ma'am. 2 cups of coffee for $1.20. That's what you call a deal. So we're just pulling over for a second because I want to show you guys this amazing view. Now, there's a river coming downstream, and this is complete nature. We came from that road, and we're going to be heading up this road right here. guys, we are at the next. This is Cafe Dan, and they serve coffee here. This is like a little shack. There's a bathroom over here, but the view is $1 million view. Look at this place. You have your resting area if you want, and then you got this $1 million view right here. That's absolutely amazing. So if you are headed to Mang Dan, stop by Cafe Dan and tell him Calvin sent you. Show him the video. Tell him that you found his coffee shop from fucking deliciousness. Back to the view. Oh my God, this thing is beautiful. Lincoln there?
No idea. So is Bruce Lee.
All right, we have made it here to the Treehouse Zipline Resort, and we're in a buggy right now. I'm going to show you guys this resort. So we all get a treehouse, and this is $30 a night.
$30 a night.
That's so crazy. So this is where I'm staying at. All right, so let's go in the room and let's see what this treehouse looks like. We all get an individual treehouse, which is really cool. And walk up these stairs, and here you go. You got an owl. You got an actual tree. That really is a treehouse, isn't it? Welcome to Casa de la Calvin. You have these tatami mats, small tables, and bananas. Then you have this bed, and the view is just basically the woods. Let's see the bathroom. All right. Nice size bathroom. A toilet, which is great. Not a hole in the ground. I'm very happy about that. There is a bum gun, so I will have a clean butt. Shower over here. And then every room has a balcony, which is really cool. So you have your morning coffee right here. You can sit, chillax. Jimmy is in the bungalow across from me, and all these neighbors, well, there's nobody here. It is just us. That is, it's nice. So I'm going to detox from social media and all technology. I brought a book, and I'm going to just sit around and be one with nature. All right. So set up, Jimmy, up here. There you are. All right. That was a adventurous ride from Da Nang to
Mung Dang.
Mung Dan. Wow, I'm brain fart right now. So that took us 8 hours. We left at 7:45, 8 o'clock. We stopped off at a few coffee shops. We probably averaged about 40 kilometers per hour.
Closer to 50, 60. 50, 60, 3 stops. 100 to 125 kilometer intervals. There to here was 260 kilometers. So just under 7 hours with breaks.
And that's how amazing Vietnam is. You can be in one city 1 minute, and 7 hours later, you can be in
Ming Dang.
Mung Dan. Mung Dan.
Mung Dang.
Like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below, comment if you've ever been to Mung Dan. Probably you haven't, but if you have, comment down below. We'd love to hear from you.
Yes, we would.
This is your opportunity to help us content creators travel the world and make amazing videos just like this one. How do you do it? Well,
You like, subscribe.
and pledge money to the channel. They need to pledge money to the channel. Pledge $1, $2, $5, $10, $20, $50, or even $100.
Sponsors? We have any sponsors yet?
We have no sponsors. I'll leave my QR code on the screen right about now, and consider pledging, because it's pledges like yours that help us content creators travel the world and make these awesome videos. With that being said, my name is Calvin Bui, aka Captain Charisma. I'm with,
James Karma.
and how do they find you?
James. Wait, how do
I am. Wow. We literally haven't eaten anything. We've had 3 coffees. We had 3 freaking Vietnamese coffees from the morning until right now. And it's like 4:30 right now. All right. How do they find you?
I am James Karma.
That's right. So we'll see you next time on the next episode of Fucking Deliciousness.
See ya.
I have to poo right now.
I'm good. I haven't eaten all day, but I'm hungry. We'll see you soon.
Bye.